We take a resolution on every birthday to start working towards our goals. We all want to climb that ladder of life. But what if you climb that ladder? You reach the top of that ladder and then only to find that that is not what you wanted always, or that is not giving you the happiness that you expected that it would give you. What a waste, right? So, it doesn't matter how fast you reach the milestones or how fast you go if you're going in the wrong direction, after the wrong things which are not meant for you. But if you want to go in the right direction, if you want to achieve all your goals and live your dream life, you need change in your life. You need to change not just your habits, not just your mindset, not just your way of thinking, but you have to change your whole identity, all of it that defines you. And how can you do that? In his book, Not a Life Coach, James Smith says, every plant has a certain environment for it to thrive. It needs the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of water, and the right amount of conditions for it to survive in that space. A cactus cannot grow in water. Likewise, a lotus cannot grow in a desert. In the same way, you need a good environment for you to grow and flourish. But that environment need to be the right one for you. Your environment is the people you interact with every day. The surroundings that you have, they form your environment. If the environment you have isn't contributing in any way to your growth, then it's time to change the environment. You will be the same person in 5 years except for the people you meet and the books you read. Who you spend your time with is really crucial. It will determine where you'll be in the next 5 years. Success or failure in your life depend on who you spend most of your time with. Let's say you're trying to work on your goals. That is, you want to lose weight or you wanted to start a particular diet. You follow it religiously for a few days and then some of your friends come along and say, come on, just for one day, why can't you have a cake or why can't you have a pizza along with us? They are not contributing to your goals or they are not encouraging you to become the person that you want to be, making you move away from your goals, setting you up for failure. You and your friends are not on the same page here. If this happens more than once or more than a couple of times, you need to let these friends go. People in your life should be like the wind that will help you move forward, but shouldn't be like the wind that you're sailing against. You need to identify these people who are not with you, who are not aligned with your goals, who are not aligned with your ambitions and who you want to become in life. And it's time to let them go, because if they're not with you, they're not helping you grow. You need to change your environment first to be able to work on your goals and to be able to become the person you wish to become. A recent study in psychology showed that people who were reminded about their wealth did not enjoy small things like having a chocolate just because they were reminded about their wealth compared to the people who were not reminded about their wealth. This is proof that having everything or having the best things in life prevents you or stops you from enjoying the little things in life. But life is all about the small things. Life is all about the little things and finding happiness even in the smallest of things. And what makes you you is what is most important to you. What you value the most in life. These values will form the core of your identity, who you are as a person. What are your values? How do you deal with your ego? How well do you handle your anger? How well do you forgive? Whom do you respect the most? How do you measure success? Do you see success as something you do to please someone else, or do you have your own definition of success? Do you have your own metrics for success? You need to set your own measures for success, happiness, and achievement in life. You don't need to be the best in the world to be happy, as long as you know what level of achievement will make you happy. There was a fisherman in a fishing village. One day, a businessman visited the village and was eating the fish that this fisherman caught. And he asked the fisherman, "How much time do you spend fishing? And how much do you earn?" "This is the best fish I ever had." So the fisherman answered that he would fish for a few hours in the morning, and then after that he would sleep late, play with his kids, spend time with his family, and later in the evening see his friends and enjoy drinks and conversation with his friends. And now the businessman said, you need to spend more time fishing so that you can sell more of your fish, make more money, set up a company, and earn millions and millions of money. The fisherman asked, what after that? When you have earned enough, you could just sell your company after 10 or 15 years. And then what? The fisherman asked. Then sleep late. Enjoy time with your kids. Spend time with your family. And in the evenings, you can even enjoy time with your friends, having drinks and conversation. That is exactly what he was doing at that time when the businessman met him, right? So this means each person has a different idea of success. They measure success differently. Are you getting caught up in someone else's idea of success, or are you being true to your own values or true to your own idea of success? Think about it. Sometimes it's hard to walk away from something because you have already invested a lot of time in it and a lot of effort into something. It can be a relationship, a job, or it can be something like a business. Even if it's not helping us grow, or if it's not giving us the happiness that we want and it is making us unhappy, we keep on holding to it because we are scared to start again. This is called the sunk cost fallacy. But what you already invested shouldn't be your deciding factor if you want to continue with something or not. You need to assess what you will lose in the future if you still stay stuck in the same place, and what benefits are there if you do leave that place. You need to weigh it in terms of costs and benefits and find out whether you need to move on. No matter how much you have already invested, only your assessment of the future costs and benefits counts. Every single day is like a page in a book. When you are reading a book, you focus on the page that you're reading now, right? You don't think about the page that you have already finished reading, or you don't even think about what will be in the next few pages. But when you focus on the page that you're reading, that is what will give you the enjoyment or the pleasure that you will get out of reading a book. So, staying focused on today rather than thinking about past or worrying about the future, what will it bring with it, is what will help you succeed and reach your goals. Focus on what you have now. Stop thinking about what you lost or what will you be getting in the future. Just make use of every opportunity that you have today, because happiness isn't just valuing and enjoying what you already have. The greatest gift that we all have is our time on this earth. Did you know how much competition you had to get through to become the embryo that you're supposed to be? There was just a 1 in a million chance of you being born on this planet, and yet every day you complain, every day you don't like your life, or every day you wonder what you're even doing on this earth and what are you doing with your life. You are one lucky person to be alive in the first place, because you are a miracle. Whatever time you have is your greatest gift, and that is even limited. You can't let it just pass by doing something that you don't like or something that you're not interested in. We have this idea about living after retirement or postponing everything that we love to a later date and time because you think, I'll do it at the right time. There are people who woke up one day just to find out that they have cancer, or they just had a few weeks to live. But if they did the same thing, postpone everything, can you imagine the amount of regret that they're going to have? This is a wake-up call for you. Whether it's a business that you want to start, a blog, or you want to travel or do something that you love, now is the time to do it. Do it as soon as possible, because we don't want regrets later. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you are right. Most of our goals remain goals because we think we cannot do something, not because you don't have the potential, but because you put some constraints or limitations on yourself. These barriers are not even physical but mental, just like the imaginary lines that we have between our countries. When we have a lot of these mental barriers, it has its impact on what we do, what we say, how we act, and ultimately what we can achieve in our life. And the source of all these limiting beliefs is our fear. And if you want to overcome all your fears, there is a video on my channel and you can go check it out. We have people in our life who always have something negative to say about us, or they are ready to criticize us, making us easily offended. We take things too personally, but most of the time it's just their insecurities that are speaking. When you're giving importance to this negativity, it is like carrying a rock on your head, which you don't need to and you don't want to. You could have just walked past the rock. When you face criticism, always remember the 80-20 rule. Most criticism comes from the 80% of people who don't contribute in any way to your life. They're just always there, waiting for a chance to bring you down. But the remaining 20% are the people that matter most to us. They are our well-wishers. They are our supporters. We need to take their criticism into account. If it is coming from the 80%, leave the rocks and walk past those rocks. You don't have to even think about them. But if it is coming from the 20%, then you have to consider why they have said something. What do I need to change? You need to consider these if you want to grow as a person. When you want something to change in your life, always remember there is not going to be any big bang. Nothing big will happen which will suddenly change everything else in your life, like winning a lottery or you finding a dream soulmate or something. The small things that we do every day over and over again is what will bring the change in your life. Being consistent, being regular in doing the things like putting out a social media post or walking those 10,000 steps every day, eating a salad for dinner every night. Those are the little things which will change your life forever. It's always staying on the right path and repeating the small things that will transform your life. Sometimes when we follow a diet or we start doing a certain thing every day, we cannot see the results very soon, so we become easily demotivated. We think that if we get some motivation, we'll stay on the track. Or I'm not getting enough motivation, so I'll wait until the right motivation comes. But even the right motivation will not do anything here because it's your expectations that are making you demotivated. Lose the interest in doing those things that you're supposed to be doing. We need to change our expectations. When it took you years to put on that weight and it took you years to build those bad habits, how can you expect the results of the bad habits to go away in just a few days or a few months, right? Instead of expecting to be on a perfect good or bad diet, eating more of the good foods and eating less of the bad foods and just balancing these things and balancing all those little things that you do every day is what will slowly and completely help you to switch to the good foods and achieve the results that you want to see. When you make something a part of you, you don't need that motivation. A failure or a setback is only a setback if you see it that way. You can always use it as an excuse or you can use it as an opportunity to turn things around. Everything bad or negative that happens to us has something good in it. There is a silver lining to every problem that we face. We must just keep looking for it. The job interview that didn't work out, or you got rejected by someone that you like. Everything has an experience attached to it, teaching you something, making you better and helping you grow. Happiness is not the absence of problems, but the ability to deal with them. When we try to find solutions for these problems that we are facing, we find the hidden good in those problems. It's all about the opportunities and lessons that are hidden in these problems that you need to be looking for. You don't have to become someone else, copy someone else, or copy someone else's path to success to become successful or to be happy in life. All you need to do is to be you. Be your true self. If you're someone who lost yourself becoming addicted to something like drugs or to social media or to anything that you become addicted, you have to just think about becoming that person who you were before this addiction. You and your identity is not just the outside things like your dressing, your posture, your way of smiling, your way of walking. It's also your thoughts, your aspirations, your values, your ideas, all your inner self is everything that is you. Changing yourself doesn't happen with one New Year's resolution or with a birthday wish, but with all these small things that you do on a repeat mode till you no longer have to do them intentionally, until it becomes a habit. All these changes that you want to bring in need to be repeated until they become a part of you and a part of your identity. Be ready to achieve everything and anything that you set your mind on. And if you did like this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends, and even consider subscribing to my channel to watch more such videos. So I hope in this video you understood what needs to be changing if you really want to go after your dreams and you want to live that dream life. I'll see you in this video right here. Until then, you take care.